Navigating the whole Social Security disability process, well, it can feel like you're trying to solve a puzzle in a language you don't speak, right? There are so many terms and steps. Two of the absolute biggest sources of confusion are disability evaluations and consultative exams. What are they? Are they the same thing? Okay, let's dive in and clear this up for good.
I mean, if you're feeling completely lost in all the paperwork and the procedures, I want you to know you are definitely not alone. It is a really complex system, and honestly, most people struggle to figure out what's even happening with their claim.
But that's what we're here for. In this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on two of the most critical components of your claim. By the time we're done, you'll have a much clearer roadmap, and hopefully you'll feel way more confident navigating the journey ahead. Okay, first up, let's talk about the absolute foundation of every single Social Security disability claim, and that is the disability evaluation. Think of this as the big picture, 30,000-foot view of your entire case.
So, what does that actually mean? Well, a disability evaluation is the full, top-to-bottom investigation of your claim. The Social Security Administration, the SSA, looks at everything: your medical records, your entire work history, your education, even what you're able to do day to day, to see if your condition is severe enough to meet their very, very strict rules. You know, the best way to wrap your head around it is like this. The evaluation isn't just one single event. It's the entire investigation of your case file, from the moment you hit submit on your application until a final decision is made. It's the whole shebang. And the SSA uses this exact 5-step process for every single claim, no exceptions. It's a very structured sequence of questions. They start by looking at your work activity and how severe your condition is. Then they move on to see if you could do your old job or maybe any other kind of work. Think of it like a series of gates. The SSA is checking at each step if your claim can pass through to the next one. So, if the evaluation is the entire investigation, what happens when the investigators find a gap? You know, a missing piece of the puzzle. That's when they bring in a very specific tool, the consultative exam, or CE for short. A consultative exam is basically a medical appointment that the SSA sets up and pays for. Its purpose is laser-focused to fill in missing information. Maybe your latest medical records are a few months old, or perhaps there's an inconsistency, or they just need a specialized test your own doctor didn't run. The CE is designed to plug those specific holes in your file. Let's go right back to our analogy. If the overall evaluation is the entire police investigation, then the consultative exam is like the lead detective calling in a forensic specialist. They're not there to solve the whole case. They're there to look at one specific piece of evidence and give their expert opinion. Now, this might actually surprise you. CEs are not ordered for most claims, only about 20 to 30% of them. And that tells us something really, really important. If you can provide complete, thorough, and up-to-date medical records right from the start, you can often avoid needing a CE altogether. Okay, so we've defined both. Now, let's put them side by side, head to head, to really spell out the 7 key differences you absolutely need to know. This is where the light bulb really goes on. This table really breaks it all down, but let's zero in on the 3 that matter most. First, look at purpose. The evaluation is the whole story, while the CE is just filling in a single missing page. Next, timing. The evaluation is ongoing. It lasts the entire life of the claim, but a CE is just a one-time, brief appointment. And finally, influence. The overall evaluation is what gets you approved. A CE is just one piece of evidence. It can be important, sure, but it's rarely the single thing that makes or breaks a case. All right, understanding the difference is step 1, but knowing what to do with that information is step 2. Let's build on what we've learned and put together a winning game plan so you can truly empower your claim. First, let's get real for a second about why this preparation is so critical. Just look at these initial approval rates in states like Virginia, Maryland, and North Carolina. They're hovering around 30 to 35%. That means roughly 2/3 of all initial claims are denied. That stat alone shows why having a well-prepared, comprehensive case file is your absolute best asset. So how do you strengthen that overall evaluation? Simple things can make a huge difference. Start a symptom journal, just a notebook where you track your daily limitations. Go on a mission to gather every single medical record, even old ER visits. Ask your doctor for what's called an RFC statement, which details what you can and can't do. And please, be incredibly meticulous when you're filling out those SSA forms. Every detail really, really matters. And if you do get scheduled for a CE, don't panic. Here's your checklist. Review your case file so your story's fresh in your mind. bring your ID, and a list of all your medications. But the most important thing? Be honest and be consistent. Don't exaggerate your symptoms. These examiners are trained to spot that from a mile away. And here's a pro tip. Afterward, you have the right to request a copy of that report to see exactly what the doctor wrote.
Now let's just quickly bust a couple of really dangerous myths. So many people think the CE doctor is out to get them, that they're trying to deny their claim. The reality is they're neutral examiners. They're paid to report objective facts. That's it. And connected to that, never, ever skip your exam. Missing a scheduled CE is one of the fastest ways to get an automatic denial for failure to cooperate. So, if you take away just one thing today, let it be this. The strength of your claim isn't decided in one doctor's visit or on one single form. It's built, brick by brick, on a solid foundation of consistent and comprehensive evidence that you provide from the very, very start. And that brings us to a final question for you to really think about. Based on everything we've just covered, what is the one thing, just one, that you can do today, right now, to start building a stronger foundation for your own claim?